Hello again, everyone. I'm Charles Gross.
And I'm Leslie Hogan Blake.
Welcome to Two on the Aisle. Please like and subscribe to our program. You have a fan tonight, Leslie. Why do you have a fan?
I brought my own fan. Yes, this is not a Cats fan, which costs $30. This is my menopause fan that is always in my bag,
Which I
saving my
guess
life.
means we are talking tonight about cats, the Jellicle Ball.
Which I have to say is probably my favorite Jellicle Ball. It's probably my favorite iteration of Cats since the original. I don't know what happened. I saw Cats when it opened. I loved it. A couple of years later, they did a revival, and I hated it. And I could not figure out what happened to the show in the meantime. And of course, it wasn't just that show. It was a lot of shows that changed things. Cats, of course, is the musicalized version of the poems of T.S. Eliot called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. The music is by that's Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber to you. It used to be a lot of human beings dressed up in cat suits with their faces painted, and it's all dance. And the only spoken word is the poetry. It starred my old teacher, Betty Buckley, as Grisabella, the old cat who gets taken to the Heaviside lair, and Ken Page, the original Cowardly Lion. Talk about having a particular niche in your back pocket. People either love or hate the music. I grew from loving it to not caring about it to loving it again after seeing this new iteration. It is now a drag ball a la RuPaul up in the ballrooms of the Bronx, which was originally in the 80s, but it's updated to now. And the ballrooms, in case you don't know, if you want to see the documentary, is Paris Burning. There are there are chosen families of outcast gay people who come together and form little units, and they parade back and forth.
The show starts paying tribute to the original Cats because you'll see a dancer in silhouette like they used to see on the commercials. You never saw that actually on stage, but everybody saw the commercials. And there's a DJ, and he holds up the original cast album of the original Broadway company of Cats. I have seen a lot of musicals in recent years that have been rethought, and it did not improve them. In fact, some of them were pretty bad. This is amazing. And in
Amazing.
many ways, it is similar to the original Cats in that both were very over the top. And of course, it's the same score. They respect that. They respect Cats, but they're certainly going their own way with it. And nowhere is that more apparent than in the choreography. Omri Willis and Arturo Lyons have put together the most spectacular dance fest that I have seen on stage in years. It's original. It's energetic. What an ensemble they have put together. And it's gorgeous and it's exciting. The only thing that bothers me about this revision are the costumes, which are such, and only briefly, but are such that I can no longer call this a family-friendly show.
Yes, well, it's not meant to be at this point. If you're going to gay balls, I'm not sure if that is family friendly. Although in my family, it would have been family friendly. I got to start naming people because it's astonishing. First and foremost, old Deuteronomy, Andre de Shields, who's a friend and neighbor, and who, when he walks down the street, glides in exactly the way that old Deuteronomy glides. Man, that is his walk, and that is what he does. But he is just lovely, and the audience embraces him. But he's not the only name of that kind because there's Julia LaBeija, who is one of the original members of those uptown ball families that I mentioned. He's the only survivor, I believe, of the LaBeija family, and he is now the mother of the LaBeija family. He plays old Gus, and he is equally beloved, and they both get to come out in the most incredible gowns, just phenomenal. And oh my dear, I'm beginning to feel as if I may need my fan again, but go ahead.
Trivia fact, you mentioned that Ken Page was the original Deuteronomy. The two of them were together in both The Wiz and in Ain't Misbehaving.
Wow.
I agree with you about Gus, and I love how they have him in the box seat just observing the show, like a VIP. At first, I thought that was Andre DeShields. I said, boy, they've got him gussed up because I don't recognize him at all. He struts on later like the king,
No,
like a
not
king,
king, darling. Not king, queen.
like a
Never
queen.
king.
Yes. But they have Andre DeShields waits until they have his introduction. There's a song dedicated to him, and he comes on the stage like a queen, an aging queen, but nonetheless.
In a cast of so many who deserve to be named, I'm only going to name a couple. One reason why it's not a children's show in this iteration is Rum Tum Tugger, played by Sidney James Harcourt, who is buff, buff, buff. And then you have Grisabella, who is not like Betty Buckley at all. She's played by Temptress Chastity Moore, who winds up becoming one of the Supremes at the end of the show. I did not get teary-eyed at Memories. I remember crying the first time I heard it. I never cried again. But I cried for of all things at Magical Mr. Mistopheles. I have no idea. There's nothing sentimental about it. I think the music just hit me at that moment, and I suddenly found tears running down my face.
I found the tears running down my face ever so briefly when Grisabella first comes out as a bag lady. What I found interesting, and I'm not 100% sure this works, is that this Grisabella is more of an alto, and you're used to hearing it in a higher range. And I don't think it worked quite as well. And for those of you who may be longing for that platform that lifts her up into kitty heaven, well, they have something different. Not
But very
quite,
good, but very good nonetheless.
yeah, not quite as spectacular, but yes, very good. And I certainly wasn't expecting it.
Now, something we haven't mentioned is that this show started off Broadway, and I don't know how many millions of dollars they threw at this, but you could pretty much see it on the stage. The difference in the one downtown, which I did not see but have seen pictures of, is that the runway went right through the audience. Here, the runway ends at the end of the stage. They have audience on either side, but it doesn't run the full length. And I don't know if we lose anything by not having them walk right by us. They do dance in the aisles, the various cats. The scenic designer was Rachel Hauk. When the cat's disco ball with a cat's face on it came out, man, that was everything.
This was directed by Xylon Livingston and Bill Rauch. And again, wow. They took this show, they gave it a top to bottom renovation. And I've seen revivals of Cabaret in Oklahoma in recent seasons where they tried to do the same.
And
didn't
ruined the
work.
show. And ruined the show, not just it one didn't work.
Wave here, give him the fan. Come on, you want to
Okay.
do it.
Okay, yes, I want to. Well, see, in the show you do this. My fan is paper; it won't do that, so I can't make noise with my fan. But if you get a fan, if they give you a fan, terrific for you, and you get to be a part of the audience making noise.
The question is, which show will get best revival of a musical this year? Will it be Cats or will it be Ragtime?
Or will it be Chess, which is also up for the best revival?
Okay, that's
So
right.
we'll see. We'll see.
And if we're talking drama desk, we could also include The Baker's Wife into that mix.
So what would you give this?
I'm going to give this 4.5, I think.
And I will give it 5 and a fan.
Ooh. Well, that is our show for this evening. Meow, purr. And when you go to the theater, for Leslie and me, us too,
On the aisle, licking our whiskers and being perfectly wonderful.
and dancing the night away.
Cats, Cats.
Longest running show in Broadway history. Meow! Next show.
Wait a minute.
Oh, please! It's a big garbage dump now. It just stinks.
For what it is, listen, Cats was the first musical of its kind. It ushered in the era of the big set musicals, for better or for worse.
No, it didn't. I'm
It is
sorry.
based on
the 20th century. Hello.
based on the
Wait,
poems
wait.
of
I'm sorry.
T.S. Eliot.
But-
It's done well, and after up-teen performances, it still holds up. Next.
You know what that is?
Yeah, that's
My fur ball. Okay,